Hey guys, what's up? I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, so I should be able to get these tags in pretty fast so I can be with you guys. All right. Everything's lined up. Crush it. All right, let's go up here. Let me see if I can find myself real quick. Put myself on the computer. In 1 second. This is always the hard part, finding yourself.
Comfort People's Pocket Q is the most modular and professional smartphone
I forgot to hook my
with
mics
the
up.
ability to upgrade to a monitor or smaller tablet like the iPad mini. You can even use it as a freestanding model or add a talent monitor, giving you professional features at an affordable price.
And I should be able to hear myself. And I should be able to hear myself. And I can hear myself. All right. And we are officially live. What's going on? We got 95 people in here, 31 likes. Hit the button, please. It's like a family reunion in here. We got the usual cast of characters. If I don't say your name, I'm sorry. This thing is moving quick. We got Sarah Tromley, V. Griff, Tracy Carter, Carl Major as always, Octavia Gillian. That's a fly name. Shout out. Teresa Williams, Tracy Carter again, Tamika Adams. I'm doing good. Tamika Adams, I know that name. I went to school with a girl named Tamika Adams. She had a twin sister. Hey, Steve and everybody. Tiffany J, what up? Ella Harris. We got Denise Brazil, Deandra Williams, Rakia McLean. Shout out. Miss Bree, what up? Charlotte, another CG. Tony Bryan in the next room, back from hell in the hospital. King Delight. Chef X, what up? Blue Moon. Man, it's a lot of people in here. Listen, if I did not say your name, I apologize. I got to get this thing started because I got a lot of things to tell y'all tonight. We're going to laugh our asses off, and you can all thank Tony for this. And you guys know, man, in fact, let me say this real fast. I appreciate all you guys with the kind words in the comment section. And, wishing Tony, goodwill and, a healthy recovery, which she recovered pretty quickly. She had to stay the night over hospital. And I'll let her tell you what that was about. But it was a scare for me. I don't know if you know, when I did these videos, when she wasn't here, I was like a little bit off my timing in my videos. It's just stress when your wife's sick. If somebody you love, you care about is upset. It's upsetting to you, but the show goes on. But I'm just glad she's back to normal. She's back home with me and Tegan. Tegan was going crazy. It was a mess. I had to send Tegan with her mom, so that didn't go well. So, but anyway, I got a treat for you guys tonight. All the stories we're going to talk about tonight, and this is why I say you could thank Tony for this, because I was in the room with her, and I was trying to cheer her up, and I was telling her stories about my granddad, and a whole bunch of stories hit me, and I was going to tell her, she got mad. So I said, I'm going to save them for the live stream. So I went and wrote them all down on the board 2 days ago. And I remember these stories when I was younger. And like one of the stories about when I had to go to Jehovah Witness church, I forgot to tell. And this was crazy too. But You know, shout out to everybody in here, man. But I'm gonna get into this. First thing is this. When I was young, right? And like, you know, a lot of people might not admit this, but I used to like the Dukes of Hazzard. One of my favorite shows was the Dukes of Hazzard, right? And, you know, I was a young kid. You know, I was little. You know, I mean, I was old enough, but I was little. And one of my favorite things about the Dukes of Hazzard was Daisy Duke. Oh my God. I love me some Daisy Duke back in the day, boy. You know what I'm saying? She had it going on. So I got this infatuation with Daisy Duke, right? And like a lot of other kids in the neighborhood like Daisy Duke too. Because, you know, we was all around 10, 11, 12 years old. We start to feel ourselves a little bit. And be like, yeah, Daisy Duke look good and all this other stuff, right? We would have fights about who liked Daisy Duke more, like physical fights. That's how serious it was. One day I'm in school, right? I'll never forget this. One day I'm in school, and it was this dude named Daryl, right? Daryl was one of them kids where like he was like the coolest. Like, you know, it's like a certain type of hierarchy kids got, you know, like elementary school and stuff like that. And we were talking about Dukes of Hazzard and all this stuff. And he was like at the lunch table with us. And he like, yeah, you know, kids be lying. He like, yeah, it's Daisy Duke. It's pictures of Daisy Duke in Playboy. My dad was talking about it. I said, what is Playboy? I don't know nothing. They're like, yeah, she naked. Everybody was like, now you know how kids lie. Kids be lying. This other dude like, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, how you see that? You know, because when we was young, stuff was shielded from us. Now, you know me, I don't want to be left out out of crowd. I go home and I tell my boys in the neighborhood. I'm like, yo, they say this pictures of Daisy Duke naked in Playboy magazine. One of my boys lied. Yo, I saw it, yo. I said, what? Well, I said, wait a minute. And I was like, okay. Hold on, but Kelly C, you say I'm bundled up. Listen, let me explain something to you. When I'm in here, and I wanted to say that, I was going to mention why I had the hoodie on. When I'm in here, I turn the air down and I freeze everybody in the house because I get hot in here when I get animated and talk and shit. And sometimes I leave out of here with a headache because it'd be so funny. But listen, so now I'm like, my boy say he saw Daisy Duke naked, right? In my head, I'm like, damn, you know, I'm a little bit mannish. I said, oh, hell no. You know, and like, you got hierarchies in on your street with the kids you with. I'm like, if he's seen it, I got to see it. So me, not knowing that the whole fucking thing was a lie, Daisy Duke was never in no damn Playboy magazine and stuff. And the reason why I know, I looked it up before I got on the live stream with y'all to make sure. But I was so infatuated with this seeing Daisy Duke in Playboy, right? My grandma used to play numbers. You know, Bunny used to play her numbers, but she would play them locally. Sometimes Bunny was in the numbers so much that when she would play the lottery, if she won somewhere far across town, she would go back and play those same numbers for like weeks at a time. And then when she sees she don't win again, she just go back to her normal spots, right? So I grew up in Camden, New Jersey. So we go all the way out to Parkside, New Jersey. Now, Bunny had hit out there, but she ain't been out there in a long time. Now, I know they got a magazine store there because when I would go in there, I would buy football magazines. Like, this is the things I was into when I was little. Football, college football, dirt bike magazine. Y'all don't know if y'all remember dirt bike magazine, dirt wheels magazine, anything dealing with dirt bikes and football. I was on it. That was my sport and that was my things I liked. So anytime we would go out there, Bunny would buy me a magazine. But I know they got this thing when you go around the back, it had the dirty magazines. And like, you know, they had the magazines with the plastic, the paint, but like a painted plastic on it. So you couldn't see nothing except the girl's face. So, and you know, the man used to sit in this like high thing where he could look over and see if you was a little, if you wasn't supposed to be in that spot. And it had this chain that said 18 or over, don't pass. So I go back there, right? And the football books is right next to the thing. Now I'm a little kid. I don't know shit, how to be sneaky and all this other, so I'm looking stupid, right? I go back there and I see some black hair or dark brown hair. And I see Playboy. I said, oh, they got it. It's the Daisy Duke. Now, granted, the reason why I told you Bunny don't really be going out there unless she hit. Bunny had hit, but she ain't go out there. So I'm talking to Bunny, and I hate going with Bunny to get numbers, to do her numbers, play the lottery. So now all of a sudden, I'm like, Mom. She's like, what, Stevie? I said, why don't you go out to the other place where they sell the cheesesteaks at? I want a cheesesteak, and we could just drive out there, and I'm going to get a football book. I'm lying. All right, she drive me out there. So we go all the way across town. We go to this place. I forget about the cheesesteak because Buddy go play the lotteries first, and like when she get done, it's the cheesesteak place right there. I forget all about the cheesesteak and the lie I'm telling. I go back there, the football book's right here, and then the chain right here. So I've been in there a lot of times, and the man know me because my mom, and like, you know, I get little football magazines, so I ain't think nobody looking at me or nothing. Man, listen, I go back there, it was like a plastic yellow chain, little cheesy thing with a little sign on it. So I just slide up under the thing, I grab the magazine real fast. I pull it up. My little hand, I go up there and I pull the magazine, right? This is how turned up I am, right? I grab the magazine. I come back. I put it between two football magazines. I walk up there. I'm so stupid. The magazine got plastic around it, right? Because it's an adult magazine. And I try to sandwich it between two books. And I go up there and I give it to the man, right? And the guy goes, let me see the price. So when I put it up there, right? I'm trying to hold the top and the bottom. I said, the price right there. He an adult. He know I'm doing something crazy. The guy start laughing. And then he said, what's under that? I said, oh, I ain't know it was under there. Bunny like, Stevie. She mad, right? And all of a sudden, I'm in trouble. But Bunny laughs it off in the thing. She like, Stevie, what you trying to do? You knew that was there. I ain't know it was there. I'm lying. I ain't know it was there. So Buddy laughs about it. We get in the car and we driving back. I didn't ask for the cheesesteak or nothing. I get the football books and no Daisy Duke. Now I'm mad, right? Because I didn't get the Daisy Duke book, right? I got caught in the lie. We go home. I think that's the end of it. About an hour later, I'm out front with my friends, sitting on the porch showing my football books. John Wash come out the house. Dress socks on, shorts, dress shoes. Stevie, come with me. The fluctuation of his voice, I know something's wrong. Now I know Bunny ain't snitch. We get in the car, we start driving. Where we going, Dad? To the park. I don't want to go to the park. He don't say nothing. Now that's the thing. Back in the day, you was in trouble with a man, they'll say one thing, and if they mad at you, they not gonna say nothing else. So you know not to keep pecking, you know what I'm saying? So I shut up. We driving. We get on the road going to that liquor store. We go past Cooper River Park, right? If you know, you know. If you're from Camden, you know the river right there. I'm driving, I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh, we ain't going there. So in my head, I'm like, uh-oh. I hope we're not going to this liquor store place, right? We go up to the liquor store place. It was a newsstand place. When the liquor store was a newsstand. We go to the newsstand place behind the thing, right? He go in there. He says, the guy goes, oh, he's back. When the guy said that, John Wash was like, excuse me, sir. My wife comes in here and plays those damn numbers. I don't know why she does it, but she comes in here and plays. She brought my son, Stevie. That's him. John Wash didn't know how to talk. He's so country. And he said he had a nasty magazine. I said, Dad. Now I'm gonna tell you something. This one you try to save your ass when you're a little kid, and we all been there. Y'all can laugh, but this one you know you scared and you desperate. We get out the car. I start grabbing his wrist, both hands. Dad, I got a book earlier. Why are we in here? I'm scared. He walking. Get your goddamn hand off my wrist. March. When he do that march shit, you know, he's in the military. You do that march shit, you got to start moving. Walking. Dad, I didn't know. Now I'm changing it. I didn't know. Sweating bullets. Go up in there. The guy like, yeah, he said, the kids do that all the time. Now, the guy tried to shoot me bail. He said, the kids do that all the time, sir. It's not a big thing. I mean, he's a young guy. You know, they're kids. They're boys. He's just being a boy. John Wash took his belt off. He said, what magazine was it? The guy said, I put it back. He said, go get it. He said, he knows where it's at. John Wash made me go back there. Go get the magazine. I'm fucking acting stupid because I don't want him to know it's Daisy Duke. Because if it's like that, he not going to let me look at the Dukes of Hazzard no more. So the wheelhouse is turning. I go back there and get a book with a Chinese lady on it. It was a Chinese lady, and it was like a swimsuit, Sports Illustrated swimsuit. They had a Chinese lady on the front in a lime green bikini on a rock. I came up, my face gave the shit away. I'm looking stupid as hell. I'm like, I tried to give him the magazine. The guy was like, he's a white dude. He made me mad too. No, but that wasn't it. That wasn't what you had. I go back there again. John Watts did like this. He came around the corner. He stood there with the belt. And this is the part that's funny. My granddad needed a belt because his pants would fall off. So he come around the corner, and I'll never forget this shit. He had the belt in his hand with it hanging down. He had his pants, holding his pants. He turned the aisle like a damn gunslinger with his legs bow-legged like a motherfucker. He turned the corner. He stopped and he said, get the goddamn magazine. Oh, shit. I get on my tippy toes. I'm looking at him. I ain't got no goddamn where to run. You know what I mean? I'm in the corner. He mollywopped shit on me. I grab the book. I bring it up to him. He look at it. Now get your goddamn ass in the car. He starts swinging. I'm trying to double dutch that shit. He was tearing my ass, my legs up. I'm hopping. It's badass, ghetto ass kids in the back hanging outside the store. I'm getting beat. He get this ass. You know them bad kids cuss. He get this ass beat. He get it. They beat your ass. I run to the car. Stupid, man. I'm embarrassed. I get in the car. My legs felt like somebody threw me in a goddamn campfire. He stung my shit right. I get in the damn car. John Wash in there for like 5 minutes. John Wash come out with a paper bag. He come out with a pineapple soda. And he come out with something else. I can't remember. It was another soda. He give me the pineapple soda. He got the paper bag. He take the paper bag, put the paper bag in the back seat. Then we drive to the park, right? We get to the park. He says, what did he say? I can't remember, but he sat me on a bench. And he explained to me. He said, do you know why you got a beating? I said, no. He said, you think you got a beating because you wanted to look at a grown-up book? Do you think that's why you got a beating? I said, yeah. He said, no. He said, you got a beating because you stole. He said, and you was trying to steal. He said, you don't never want to be a thief. People hate thieves. He said, you lied, and then you did that with your grandma, and you embarrassed her. Like, I mean, he kept it real, and I felt like shit. But check this out, y'all. I go home, go in the house. I'm mad at Bunny because she told. You know what I'm saying? So Bunny just laughing like, oh, Stevie's mad at me. You know what I'm saying? So I just had an attitude all day. I go back outside. My legs all scarred the fuck up. I'm like, yo, Daisy Duke. It's no magazine with Daisy. No, I lied. What did I say? I said, this what got me in trouble too. When John Watts was coming to the door to talk to me, he could overhear me talking about how I was going to steal a book. I almost had it, but the guy told on me. So he already knew I did do it. So watch this. I leave out the next day and we go to school. So we take John Wash's car. The bag is in the back seat. What y'all think was in that bag? That same magazine that I tried to steal out the store, John Wash brought it. See that shit? He brought it. John Wash brought the magazine. He never took it in the house or nothing. So what I did was I see the magazine in the back. I say, ooh, look what Dad brought. Now I'm trying to tell on John Wash. And I'm trying to make Bunny get mad at him and get him in trouble because she told on me and just get them to go at it because he beat me for stealing it and not having a book, a nasty book, but he brought it. What he was doing was, this is what he did. So John Wash come home, Bunny is there. I'm sitting in there like I'm watching the TV. I'm waiting for it to go down. I'm trying to start some shit. This when you know little kids don't know shit. He come in the house. She like, Johnny, what is this? What is this right here? He said, Bunny, you know me. She said, did you buy this? Yes, I did, Bunny. Why you buy the book? You're supposed to be a witness. Jehovah ain't got nothing to do with it, but it do got a lot to do with by doing the right thing. Look how he shut Bunny down. Right thing, you brought a nasty book. You ain't supposed to have that. That's unwitnessed like a Jehovah Witness. That's not like, you're not supposed to have that. He said, Bunny, my son went to steal from a store that you go and play the damn lottery. And don't think I didn't know about you. You spent 80 goddamn dollars in there because it showed me the crap of my money. Now I'm like, ooh, Bunny in trouble. Look how he shut her down. He said, you took $80 of my damn hard-earned money, and I don't ever say nothing. And you put it on them lottery tickets. It's a loser's game. Watch this. He said, I brought the magazine to preserve the right for you to go back in the store with Stevie. And I beat his ass in the store to let the man know that we don't play these type of games and my son knows better. So unless you want to go find somewhere else to play the damn lottos, you sit there and you just listen. I bought the magazine. I meant to throw it away. He said, in fact, you throw it away. I ain't even looked at it. I don't even know what it says on it. Bunny just sat there like this. Throw it away. Bunny goes and throws the magazine away. What are you in here looking at everything for, Stevie? Go outside and play. Ain't none of my friends outside, but go out there and make some. He kicked me out the fucking house. It backfired. I look like a fool. There I am looking stupid again. You know what I'm saying? When you're a kid, you think you know every damn thing. You don't know nothing. And I got my ass beat, and then I made up an elaborate lie outside saying that I did see Daisy Duke naked. No, I ain't never seen a woman naked before. They're like, what she look like? I'm like, Daisy Duke. What the f? She had no clothes on. I didn't know. I just wanted to be in the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of them things, man, you don't never know, man. Kids they smart, but they stupid at the same time. I be going through that with Tegan sometimes. Some of the lies she be telling. But either way, man, come on. And another thing, let me tell you this. I mentioned we go traveling every year, right? Every year we would go on a family vacation, like National Lampoon. It would usually be me, Bunny, and John Wash. Now, when it's me, Bunny, and John Wash, usually it goes okay. Besides John Wash acting a fool, sometimes he knocked truck drivers out at truck stops. It was just crazy. But most of the time it would go smoothly. This one time, I don't know why we would always go to this place called Joplin, Missouri. I ain't never went through Joplin, Missouri since I was a teenager, last time I went traveling with them. But I remember this place because we went there so many times. It was a holiday in there. We always stopped when we going across the country or doing whatever. And I remember John Wash had this thing. In fact, y'all know what I'm talking about. You ever had this thing where you ain't ate nothing in a long time? And then all of a sudden you taste it again. It's like tasting it for the first time. And you just start this thing where you eat it all the time to where like you eat it so much you just stop eating it again. Okay. Before we left the night before, Bunny had stopped at the Chinese store and she brought this egg foo young she buy. So John Wash was like, I ain't had egg foo young in a long time, right? So Bunny brought him some egg foo young, and he ate it. He was like, man, it's a long time ago since I had that. So we ate the egg foo young. So we leave the next day and we just driving, everything good. And later on that night, I didn't get no Chinese the day before we left from the thing, and then we go to Missouri or whatever. I don't know if it was the next day, but I know it was like the next day we left to go, but I don't know if we was in, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, a couple of days might have passed or one day, can't remember. But I remember that John Wash, I'm like, oh, it's a Chinese store there, because I didn't get Chinese that day. And I'm like, the egg foo young smelled good. And I'm like, man, I should have got Chinese. Now, I don't eat egg foo young because I don't like all them onions in it. This shit, it was like too oniony. So we go to this place, right? Thank you, Mother of Dragons. I appreciate it. Somebody else sent me something too. I missed that. Thank you, though. And we in Missouri, Joplin, and it's a Chinese store. John Mott's like, yo, Bunny, you want to eat egg foo young tonight, or you want to eat it the Holiday Inn? So she like, nah, we can get some. So Bunny gets those red spare ribs, you know, the red ribs they have in the Chinese store. I like shrimp fried rice and chicken wings. That was my shit. So I get the shrimp fried rice, chicken wings. The menu's universal anywhere you go in the United States. John Watts goes in there. Bunny, he come out the car. Bunny, give me some egg foo young. You guys got egg foo young? She's like, yeah. Oh, let me have that. So Bunny orders the egg foo young. We get back to the place, right? We eating. We get halfway through the food, right? Now, Bunny's not eating egg foo young because she ate it the day before. John Wash eats like a savage. And when I say a savage, I don't mean like he eats where it's like food all over his face. He eats really fast. And he would, whatever he buys, this is why I know my granddad grew up poor. Whatever you put in front of his face, he will eat that shit. You can give him white rice with no salt, no pepper, no butter. He will eat that shit. Like, and not say anything. That's how I know my dad really, and he told me he struggled when he came up. He was poor. So he like that. So when the food, somebody said he is a soldier. He eat like he in war, exactly. The food is there, and I'm smelling it. I'm like, that shit smell like either like the gravy's burnt that they put on it or something. And anyway, John Watts eat it. Egg foo young, it's good. John Watts get to the second, he ate the whole fucking carton, like a large of it. He get to the bottom. Now, John Watts is savage because he didn't use none of the rice. He just ate the egg foo young right out the thing with the gravy on top of it. He just ate it, just all eggs, like all, he ate it. He get to the second to last bite. He like, my stomach's not feeling right. And we ain't thinking nothing of it. He eat the rest of it. Man, in like an hour. John Wash is balled up on the floor in the bathroom. It's not funny because I can experience this. He had food poisoning. John Wash is balled up on the floor. Bunny goes in there because you could hear the toilet seat slamming. Like, my granddad probably like 5'8", like 210. Like, he was like solid. You know what I'm saying? So when he fall, that shit loud in the bathroom. You know, I'm hardly in bathroom little. This is all you hear. Oof. Bunny, go down to the gift shop. I need some Pepto-Bismol. He didn't say Bismol. He said Bismol. I need Pepto-Bismol. Go down there. I think I got food poisoning. Buddy, he's farting. Me, I'm laughing. Buddy laughing too. Right? He said, you should have ate the rice. It would have soaked up some of that grease. The grease ain't got nothing to buddy. We don't laugh because this shit fucked up, because I know how it is to be fucked up with that. Listen, she gives me the money, I run down the hallway. We on the first floor. I run down the hallway to the gift shop. Bunny's coming behind me. She always walking. I go get the tablet of Pepto-Bismol, and they got a real thing of Pepto-Bismol. I get both of them. We was gone a good 6 minutes. We came back. Listen, we came back. John Wash had soiled himself. We came in the room. Bunny opens the door. Johnny was on the ground, knocked out, like unconscious damn near. Like, you ever get real? This is what I can equate it to. You ever got drunk and overheated and you come out your clothes while you throwing up? And like you get real weak and you fall the fuck out in your body, you broke out in sweat. I went through that the other day when Tony was sick. You know what I mean? That's another story I'll tell y'all next week. Like 2 days ago, I went through that. And I was just messed up, right? Bonnie Lion, thank you so much. Patty Cakes, what's up? Thank you, baby. Listen, so all of a sudden, Bunny starts screaming. Now I'm scared because I ain't never heard my grandma scream. Oh my God, Stevie, call 911. Come. John Watch, I hear John Watch in the back. No. We open the door. She trying to barge in to get the door. He like, Bunny. Like she's like, move, Johnny. This is all I seen. It was shit water all over the floor. John Wash's head, the door opens up the toilet right there. John Wash's head is near the toilet. Buddy's trying to open the door to get him out. The door is only opening this much because his big ass is taking up the whole floor. His arm is up in the air. So when she's opening the door, it's hitting his arm and then it's hitting his head against the toilet because he need to be pulled back and there ain't no room. So he just stuck there. Johnny, oh my God, Johnny! I ain't never seen Bunny like buried like that. So I'm like, Mom, Dad. I said, Mom, like, you can't get him. He's stuck. You keep hitting him with the door. It's making. He's like, Bunny, he just getting fucked up. Bunny, goddamn it, you're hitting me. He said, give me a second. So he's trying to get himself together, right? Because you know you hot, you breathing heavy, you sweating. It's shit all over the place. We don't know though. It stink though. We get the door, like I hold his head up right above the toilet, right? And he's telling me to hold his head up and he's telling Bunny to push the door open. Bunny don't listen. Bunny just pushes the door. He like, Bunny got that. John Watts body bent like an L because like the room. I said, you killing him, Mom, damn. And I said it just like that, damn, you killing him. They didn't catch the cuss word. I said, you killing him. So we get in there and I go to the thing, I slide through the door. When I slide through the door, I smell it. When I go to look, John Watts butt ass naked, and I go to step over him, it ain't nothing but shit. I get in the shit, I slide, and I fall across him. When I fall across my granddad, I realize this nigga's butt ass naked. I'm laying on this dick. I like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I was a kid though. I'm like, you ain't got no clothes on. I jump in the shower. I'm standing, you ain't got no clothes on. I'm looking. He said, Stevie, that is obvious. Don't look at my privates. I said, I'm not looking at him. She said, Stevie, just stand in the corner. I'll get him. I said, I'm standing in the corner. He naked. I'm standing in the corner in the bathroom. And I'm trying to talk to Buddy. All I see is a little peanut head. I said, I can't help you if I say he pooped. She said, what? And now it hits us, the smell. Bunny's like, he what? Oh my God. Bunny closes the door. John Watts is leaning up against the toilet trying to grab the door while Bunny closes the door. He falls out. He's back in the same spot he was. Now I'm locked in the bathroom with my granddad, right? The smell of shit is stinking. I'm weak. I'm in the bathtub. I got Dookie on my shoes, my new shoes for the trip. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, now I'm throwing up. I'm on my hands and knees. I'm throwing up in the bathroom. And like every time I smell, I'm smelling him and it's making me want to throw. Listen, it was a nightmare, y'all. So Bunny calls the ambulance and John Watts didn't want to call the ambulance. And it's a good thing she did. The ambulance came, fire department, everything. People looking outside the hotel room. They get John Watts up on the stretcher. They throw a towel on his waist like a toga, like a pamper. And they got him like that. He said, because remember, we in Missouri, we don't know how long he's going to be sick. We don't know what's going on. We don't know how to drive back to New Jersey. I'm too young to drive. Bunny's scared to death. John Watts said like this. We walk it up and he elbowed the guy. The EMT, he said, do me a favor, sir. put the blanket over my head and act like I'm a corpse. I don't want nobody to see me going out. My family might be in jeopardy. Who the fuck says that? Who the fuck says that? He said, put the thing on his face like he was a body going out. Do you know what that would have did for the business of the hotel? John Watts don't even think. The guy was like, okay, I'll just put it on the top and you just turn your head to the side, but I have to have your head say, are you sure? John Wash went to the hospital, right? He had food poisoning so bad that he had ruptured his stomach. Like he pulled a muscle in his stomach and like he was dry heaving so bad he like fucked his stomach up. He had an IV. He had to stay overnight. They wanted to keep him another night, but he was like, no, we got to get on the road. John Wash just left out the fucking hospital like 8 o'clock in the morning. He took the IV out his own fucking arm. He took the IV out his arm. Send me the bill. I live at 2910 Thompson Street, Camden, New Jersey. He took the fucking IV out his arm, y'all. We wound up leaving. I never forgot that shit until like Tony was sick. And I was like, yo, you know, I remember when John Wash was sick because I was looking at the hospital, I was looking at all the IVs he had. And I said, damn. Yeah, John Wash went through it. That's the only time I ever seen him like weak, where like he couldn't like survive shit. He was just fucked up. And I'll never forget that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you this other story. Now y'all remember when I would remember I told y'all about when we went to Jehovah Witness church. I probably was about 13 or 14, right? And it was a guy named Brother Montez, and he looked like Elder DeBarge, and all the women was on him. You know what I'm saying? Now, being in the Jehovah Witness church, like they want you to look regular, you know, but he was an attractive, light-skinned dude. He like DeBarge in the 80s. He was some type of Hispanic, right? So he had that shiny black, straightish type hair, and he had the little curl like that would come down and shit. But his hair was in regulations, but it just, back then it was kind of fruity, but that was the thing with Michael Jackson and shit. Like, so people kind of looked at him like, but like the girls was on him. And I was paying attention. I'm like, damn, Brother Montoya got the honeys on him. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Now, I told y'all about Brother Montoy and how he was cool and how he dressed real nice and all of that shit, right? In the other story, we was talking about him and how John Wash was like looking at him like, because he thought he was funny with the money, and he was like, you know, and arguments broke out. This is what I forgot to tell y'all, because I'll be getting turned up in these stories. I'm starting to get hot right now, y'all. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta come out of this. So anyway, right? That bald spot, god damn. Anyway, so he remember, some of you guys that was with me, you guys remember when I said we went to field service and Brother Montoya lived around the corner from the house, and the guy got mad at John Wash when he came around there and stuff. And I see you with the peanut, Tony. You remember that when we get off of here. And he was like, he went in there and talked to the man, and the man sat down and gave us cookies and stuff like that, because John Wash was too brash when he knocked on the guy's door. So you guys remember that. That was on a Saturday. The next day, I'll never forget it. We get to church, and John Wash was cool with Brother Montoya then. Come in there, hey, Brother Montoya. Now, John Wash, his name was Montoya, but John Wash would call him Montez. Hey, Brother Montez. John Wash can never say your name right. It's just, he don't mean no disrespect. He just country and he can't remember shit. So listen. So he goes, hey there, Brother Montez. And he like, how you doing, John? You shake his hand, right? All the honeys like be talking to Brother Montez after what's her name? So John Wash, Bunny talked to John Wash the day before when she was like, you was arguing about Brother Montez? Now you want to say you respect him and all of this type of stuff? This is what happens. The service is over. Brother Montez is standing there, and these people called the Halls, their last name was Halls, they lived down the street from us. It was a man and a woman. And they come up the house sometime for like Bible study on a Sunday night. And it used to make me mad because I was old enough where I'd be out in the street, but I'd be out in the front of the house with my friends. And they would come up there after church, like at 6 o'clock at night. And they would stay till like 7, 8 o'clock. And they would just do Bible study. And my parents would pull me in the house. Well, not my parents, John Wash. He would pull me in the house and make me be a part of the Bible study when I can be outside hanging with my boys, right? So watch this. Sunday come, all the honeys is talking to Montez after the service, and Bunny says to John Watts, Brother Montez is right there. John Watts come to him. All right, Brother Montoy, I see ya. Bunny says this. Hey, we having Bible study tonight. Why don't you ask Brother Montoy to come over? Bunny just playing, like, ask Brother Montoy to come over. John Watts, that's a good idea. Brother Montez, you want to come over? Got a good Bible study. We do a lot of talking about the Lord, Jehovah. Yeah, I don't mind if I do. Should I bring anything? No, just bring it. Bunny's cooking. She makes dinner and all this type of stuff. Now watch this. Brother Montoy was not a gay dude. He just looked like one of them 80s superstars. Remember back in the day looking androgynous and all of that type of stuff? The light skin was in, the good hair. You know what I'm saying? The jerry curl with the little curl right there. He was involved in that. And you know, he was an attractive dude, right? He was respectful. Listen, I was a big Public Enemy fan back in the day, right? So I had all of this Public Enemy, like posters on my wall and all this type of stuff. I'm in the room and I tell Bunny, I said, Bunny coming out the bathroom. I said, I don't want to be in here tonight. So Bunny like, Stevie, you ain't got to be in there. You ain't got to come. You ain't got to come in. I'm going to just tell Johnny you ain't come. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I go downstairs, right? And I leave out. It's probably around 3 in the afternoon. So now I'm getting thirsty. I'm outside chilling. I'm getting thirsty. I'm going to come in the house and drink some Kool-Aid and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We used to drink that back in the day. So it's around 5:30. I see the halls coming up the street. They coming early. Oh, shit. Let me run in the house, get the Kool-Aid real quick, drink as much as I can, shoot back out. Soon as they come, me and my boys will just dip off and go around the block somewhere and just do something. So John Watts can't look for me outside and bring me in. Listen, the halls come up the street. They go in the house. Brother Montoy used to drive an old ass raggedy tan Honda Civic, the little tiny ones. He come up in this Honda Civic. He get out the car. This motherfucker is dressed like a pimp. And when I say a pimp, like I'm saying the colors of his stuff. Because, you know, in the Jehovah Witness church, you don't dress real extravagant. But, like, he just had some shit like I would never wear. But it looked like something that, it was, like, really risque on the borderline of, like, them saying something to you. But it was real pimp. The clothes he had now would be fly today. He had a tight-ass suit on. You know everybody with the tight suits now? He had a tight-ass suit on. He was before his time. He had a tight-ass suit on, straight legs, no dress socks, the penny loafer shits, like, and they was like floods. He got out the car. He had on a blue suit. It was real, like navy blue, and he had like a gold, I guess it's like yellow. It was like a yellowish gold shirt, where it was like Miami Vice, where the collars went over the suit jacket. He had no tie on, and he had the one button up, and he got out the car, and he was carrying a Tupperware pot, and he had a vase with roses in the shit. I mean flowers. He gets out the car, and he's like, "How you guys doing?" He don't recognize me because I ain't got the damn church clothes on. So I'm just sitting there like, I ain't saying nothing to him. We all looking. They like, "Yo, is that a pimp? Is he a pimp?" They're like, "Yo, he going to your house? Who he going to see, your mom?" I said, "Why would he go see my mom?" Now we getting about to argue out there. But they looking at it and they're like, "Yo, he look like a pimp, like some type of movie star." So anyway, he go in the house. He knock on the door. He go in the house. So I walk to the door. As he's going in, I'm coming up the thing, and like I'm right behind him, close enough to where the door's about to close. I hear John Watts, "Hey, Brother Montez, how you doing? What do you got here?" He said, "I didn't want to come." He said, I brought my potato salad." John Wash, "Oh, I love potato salad," right? So he's like, I brought the potato salad, and he got his little briefcase and stuff. So Bunny picks up the Tupperware. He used to have a glass thing on the top. Oh, it smells good. Oh, Brother Montoy, I appreciate that. I was gonna make potato salad. This go with the dinner. We made turkey wings. Bunny said, you want some? He said, no, I ate already, but I made that for you guys. And I brought the flowers just, as a gift, being generous, bringing me in your home. Brother Montoy used to know how to work it. Listen, I come behind him. Stevie, why ain't you dressed? No, never mind. Sit down. I said, Mom said he did just like this right in front of Brother Montoy. Have a seat. I hated that. I hated that punk down shit when I was younger. I'm going to tell you something. I think I got PTSD from that. I will take an ass whipping before I let a motherfucker try to I'm not scared of getting punched in the face. And it is real. I will take an ass whipping before I let a motherfucker run me. And that's strange. You guys Tony like, I ain't never seen nobody like you. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think I got it from that punk down shit. Sit your ass down. So I'm like, okay. So I sit down. Now I'm across from John Bosch. Bunny's here. The Halls is here. They little badass little boy next to me. Brother Montoy is here. Who wants to head it off? Brother Montoy, like, I'll do it. So Brother Montoy reads the thing, and then we got this little watchtower type thing for next week that they practicing for. And I'm sitting in there. John Watts keep making me read stuff. That's making me mad because I don't want to be in there. My attitude showing I don't want to be around this. Listen, Brother Montoya is in there, and he's kicking the knowledge. He's kicking the knowledge like crazy. Now, this is the thing I meant to tell you. The Halls wasn't there the couple times because Miss Hall was sick. So she never seen Brother Montoya until the day. So now she saw him in church. And now Brother Montoya's in our house. So this is our first time being bedazzled by the mystique of Brother Montoya. So Brother Montoya is sitting in there, and he got his legs crossed like an aristocrat, and he keeps moving his foot, right? And he's moving it rhythmically. Now, I'm going to tell you, I told you, I didn't know if Brother Montoya was funny, but the way the honeys was on him, I didn't think he was. So I started studying this motherfucker. I'm like, yo, he getting the honeys. I'm looking at the way his feet moving and shit. So, look, I start doing my shit like that. I start moving my foot. I looked at his foot. I'm looking. All of a sudden, I caught John Watts looking at me. This is all I seen. John Watts sitting in the chair, and he got the legs of the chair up. He leaning back, and he rocking. He got his hand against his side, on his thigh, and he tapping his thigh, and then he pointed my feet. And he goes like this. He pointed my feet, and he go, like, cut that shit out. I straightened right the fuck up. I was trying to be Brother Montoya. Yo, he was getting the honeys. He was real smooth and shit. So listen. He's in there talking, and he's preaching. We don't say preaching in Jehovah Witness, but he's talking, and he knows what he's talking about and this and that. And Brother John Watts like, yeah, I agree. Bunny, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true, Brother Montoy. Yeah, that's that. Brother Montoy kind of funny too. He telling the jokes. Bunny laughing. Miss Hall laughing. Miss Hall eyes big as hell. She looking. He done put the whammy on her, the macaroni. You know what I'm saying? Buddy's old. Buddy just laughing. What I like about my grandma will see shit but don't say shit. But her eyes let you know everything going on. Old girl was like having delusions of grandeur of Brother Montoya because her husband, I described her husband before because I told you I couldn't stand him because he was the guy that, remember I said they would take me to the park and try to talk to me about life, and he had the thick ass Coke bottle glasses, and he used to have lint in his afro, and he would never comb in his hair, and his nose was real fat. He looked like Isaac Hayes with Coke bottle glasses on, and he was the one that was like, you got to be careful of these women out here, young brothers, Washington. When I was young, I knew how it is. When your loins is all out of whack, I was knocking them down, Jack. No, the fuck you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You wasn't getting no ass. You know what I'm saying? So, I was on it like that. Like, don't tell me nothing. You always got shit around your mouth. You never got girls. I was young and ignorant. So I don't want him to say anything to me, but I got to be respectful in front of my granddad. Now check this out. Now he's in the house and he's talking and he's sitting there and he's oblivious that your wife is like looking at this dude, you know what I mean, with hungry eyes, you know what I'm saying? John Wise sitting there, Sister Hall, what do you think about the whole situation? He trying to break the tension. It's weird. Bunny is sitting there and she's smiling and she's just looking and she's just, Bunny don't give a fuck. Me, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm seeing Brother Montoy cool and then I'm looking and I'm catching it late like, you know, I'm gonna tell you something with a woman. Women look at a dude and like, you know, like they'll look at him and like certain looks they give, you can tell, you know what I'm saying? I can't do how they look, but like they be looking and they'll laugh and they'll think and then they'll look again and then they'll think and then they look. All women do that shit. All women do that. Like you could tell what's going on in their head. She kept doing that on him. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking and he has a ring on his finger, like on his pinky, and he's talking and he's doing this and he's like, you know, my main objective is to be one of the anointed. I want to be one of the 144,000 and in paradise with Jehovah and everyone there. It's no war. It's just peace, harmony, and love. I heard Sister Hall go. She said, her husband didn't even catch it. John Wise said, okay, it's enough of that. Listen, when old people start seeing the bullshit, John Washington is a perfect old dude. He said, all right, that's enough of that. And he fixed himself in the chair. You know, they move and don't go nowhere. He said, all right, that's enough of that. Just like that other person. All right, that's enough of that. So he talking, right? In the middle, he like Stevie. He talking and like John. I'm not paying attention because I don't want to be in there. And like the aura of Brother Montoy done wore off on me. He cool. And then I did the leg thing. John Watts blew my shit. So now I'm like, all right, I'm just in here. You know what I'm saying? He says to me, he says, Stevie, what do you think about what you're hearing in here? Now he turning it on me because he know I don't give a damn. I don't want to be in it. Stevie, what do you think about everything they said about Jehovah and stuff? What are your thoughts about tonight's little meeting that we had in Bible study? I said, yeah. I said, you know. Now remember, I listened to Public Enemy. I was in that phase. So I'm speaking all of that 80s jargon and shit. I said, yeah. I said, you know, Daddy, Brother Montoy was bringing it. You know, he was kicking the ballistics. Remember Play was like, yeah, kick the ballistics, G. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, he was kicking the ballistics. I just threw it out there. John Watts said, uh-huh. Now I'm going to tell you something about old people. When they do this shit with their mouth and their tongue, uh-huh. He said, uh-huh, okay. Uh-huh. I do that sometime when I get real mad and I'm about to fucking smack one of my kids. I'm like, huh? Okay. You know what I'm saying? John Watts was the king of that shit. He said, okay, listen. Stevie, you want to close this out with prayer? I never pray. If you ask me to say grace right now, I would probably say some of the stupidest stuff y'all ever heard. I've never had to pray in my life. You know, like out loud. So anyway, right? You want to lead us on? He ain't never said that. Bunny said, no, I'll do it. Okay. And that made me mad. I'm like, why would he do that? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, right? Check it out. John Wash says, Bunny, don't worry about it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Now, nobody want John Wash to pray because John Wash will take 10 minutes to pray and he'll say the same thing redundantly, right? Brother Montoy is like, I'll do it. He says, it's only right. You guys hosted me. I had a wonderful time. You have a beautiful home. I mean, the ambiance, very nice. I respect you guys. Thank you. And he kept doing like this. Thank you. Thank you. Sister Hall is over there breathing like a motherfucker. She like, yes. And like, I'm like, it's obvious. Like, you don't see it. So anyway, even Brother Montoy was getting weirded out a little bit. I could tell. You know what I'm saying? Because he stopped making eye contact with her when he would talk. It was just strange. But I mean, they human beings. It is what it is. But check it out. He started praying. I don't know what he said, but it sounded something like this. You know how like people pray and they bow their head? He did like this. He got on his tippy toes and he put his hands like this, right? Remember, he from New York, so you know they got swag. He put his hands like this and he put them on the side of his head. And he started speaking and he said, Heavenly Father Jehovah, we come to you today in peace and unity, under the guise of friendship, under the word of God. And he started saying, it was a different prayer. So we all like this, and he praying, and he wasn't saying nothing bad. It just was different than what I heard. And he was doing this. So I looked like this, and I looked around. You know, I always look at people because they look crazy when they had their head down, like they don't know I'm looking at them. So I'm looking. I look up, I see John Watch. This is all I see. I go around the room. The little boy got his head done. He got his head down. Sister Hall, she got her head down and she's shaking her head. Yes. Everything he's saying, it's like going through her. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Brother Hall just sitting there nonchalant, don't know what the fuck going on. Your wife acting out of order. He's sitting there with his Coke bottle glasses on. Bunny's right there, right? Brother Montoy is next to me. So I see Bunny. I look down, I see Brother Montoya. I put my eyes up to John Watts. He the last one. This is him. He looking at me, he double blinking. Because my head ain't down. I did like this, I said. My eyes went up, they started white and shit. I was like, I put my head down. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get fucked up. Oh, damn, I'm gonna get my ass beat. Because you don't fuck around and embarrass John Watt. He was like this. He ain't supposed to be praying. He's supposed to be praying. He like he already knew me. So listen, check this out. They leave. John Watts come in the house. He say to Bunny, Bunny, did you see that? See what, Johnny? What are you talking about? She was basically undressing him with her eyes. Did you see that? I never in my life. We can't have him over here no more. She said, I don't care. It's okay, Johnny. I mean, he's just, I don't know what you're talking about. Bunny ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna go eat some of that potato salad. It smell good. John Watts say, no, you not. Yes, I am. He gave it to me. He gave it to all of us. I ain't eating it. You ain't eating it. I'm like, what's the problem with the potatoes? They both turned, shut up, Stevie. Fuck it. I saw it had paprika on the top. It looked good to me. I like deviled eggs at that time. I saw the paprika. I was going to eat some. You ain't eating that goddamn food. You don't know where it came from. He said he made it in his house. It smelled good. Look at it. You think that man made that? Brother Montez? Bunny, be honest. He got in her face. Be honest. Look at it. That looked like a woman made it. You know what? Never mind. He probably didn't make it. Take it, throw it in the trash. Throw the whole Tupperware in the trash. I'm going to taste it. No, you not. I'm going to taste it. I'll be goddamn not in my house. Stevie, throw it away. Now I'm in the mix. Throw it away, Stevie. I don't know what to do. Now, I'm always do what John Watts tell me because he override Bunny. Bunny will be mad for 5 minutes. John Watts be mad for 5 days. I don't want to deal with that shit. So now there I am. I'm going to go do it. Buddy put a hand in my... Wait, you ain't doing it. Buddy put her hands on her hips. She only 5'2". Johnny, you claim to be a Jehovah Witness, and you sat there. He talked about fellowship and friendship and being anointed and all of this stuff. When God lets me know, he'll let me know. In that meantime, you ain't eating that goddamn salad. Stevie, throw it away. Now here I am. I'm double dutching. I go get the salad. I start pouring it out with a big spoon that we have. No, throw the Tupperware away too. All of it. All of it. I got to throw the whole Tupperware thing in there. Bunny is pissed. John Watts, you a lousy host. You the one that brought it up. Have him come over here. We had a normal Bible study. He's in here. She's undressing him with her eyes. It was like a lust fest. I said, a lust fest? What the fuck? So anyway, watch this. They going back and forth. Now I'm standing there because, let me explain something to you. My grandmom and granddad was regular people. Most of the time they would argue, John Wash wouldn't say anything. He would just shake his head and hold his head. I do that with Tony. You can ask her. But when John Wash is mad and he's serious about something, Bunny already knew it was so much she could do before, it get volatile. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he would never hit her or nothing like that or threaten her, but women knew men back in the day. So he's talking and I forgot what she said, and I bust out laughing. And I was like, Mom. John Wash immediately turned on me. And you, what the hell is beating the ballistics? I said, I didn't say beating the ballistics. I said kicking the ballistics. Same damn thing. What does that mean? Ballistics. What is that? That old stupid jive rap crap you're talking about, the stupid talking. And I said, I didn't know I said it, and then you gotta shut up, because I just shut up. Okay. Why are you screaming at him, Johnny? He's not the one that it's upset. You're the one that's upset. It's my damn house. I act the way I want. You wanting to eat his damn stupid, nasty potato salad that a woman made. He didn't make it. He probably bought it from Pathmark and put it in the Tupperware. Look like it ain't have enough mayonnaise in it. John Wash shitting on the shit. Besides that, Sister Hall, inappropriate. Her husband's right there. He didn't even say nothing. He act like he couldn't see. I should have never arranged this. Stevie, you up there talking like you're on the goddamn street. It was a mess. I go back outside. He says, get the hell out. He tells me, get the hell out. I go outside. I don't care. I go outside and hang with my friends. I'm like, man, my granddad in there acting stupid because they can hear him screaming at me. I come in the house, all my Public Enemy posters, my big clock, all of that shit was thrown in the trash. All my shit was cleaned out the room. John Wash was so mad that he went up there and took all my Public Enemy shit and tore it down. Remember the Public Enemy shit with the Fear of a Black Planet, where it had the body lined up in tape and clock, and Flav had the clock like this, you know what I'm saying? And everybody was behind him grip. That was my shit. John Wash tore that shit up. I was like, I hate this motherfucker. I can't stand him. But he went and brought me a new one the next week. But you know what I'm saying? But it was a mess. Yo, John Wash, he was crazy. He was crazy. Man, I miss him, man. I miss him and my grandma. I wish they was alive, man. I mean, I wish I could did this when they was alive. Man, just having them, I would bring them out here. Like, I don't care how old they are, and I would talk. Like, my granddad liked when I would talk about him and say all the funny stuff from back in the day. I would make him, like the last time I seen him, I made him laugh so hard I thought his heart was gonna stop, because I can imitate him real good. And what's funny is I can imitate him real good when I see him. So like if he was standing here, you would get a performance like you would never seen, because like all of it would come back. And man, I just miss him, man. I mean, that's the thing. Parenting wasn't always what we thought it was when we was coming up, but it was needed. And you don't see that nowadays. And it hurt my heart. Parents killing their kids. All kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just think about all the stories these people I talk about every day could tell if they was alive and lived a life like a lot of us, to get to the age a lot of us made it to. You know what I mean? That's just always something I think about. But anyway, I didn't mean to get serious at the end. You guys be good tonight. I hope you had a good time. I got other stories up here that I had thought about. I got another dating story I'll tell y'all too, but we'll do that next week. Tegan just got home. I'm gonna spend time with her. Hey, send Tegan in here and let her send us out. Do the send away, send off. She do the goodbyes. Tony, bring Tegan in here. She's in the room. I don't let her listen to me when I'm doing these type of. Oh, you guys understand. So, yeah, I don't let her listen to me talk like this. She just got her hair done. I want you guys to tell me what you think of it. Come on, Von Dutch. Here come my twin, y'all. Send us off, baby.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Bye.
Oh, God. She got that head done. You be good, all right? Thank you, Tiggerly. I can't stand that hairdo. Her mom did that. This is why you got to be important. It's very important of who you put your seed in, because we got beef all the time. That's like a grown-up hairstyle. For her, I don't like it. Either way, that's my baby, and she don't know. But I mean, you understand what I'm saying. But stories I do. Anyway, you guys be good. I love you as always, man. Thank you for spending part of your weekend with me. We'll do it again next week, tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be more news out, and we can do what we do. Till the meantime, you guys have an awesome weekend. I appreciate your support. You guys take care of yourself. Be good.